All right, guys. Here we go. It's Cure in the top left. Cure. Gumiho in the bottom right. Gumiho. Gumiho actually did just leave Psystorm Gaming. Like, when did I see the announcement? Yesterday? Maybe 2 days ago? And Mapu says, thank you for following his channel. Use the command Mapu. He's doing fantastically for us on this observing. He's beloved everywhere. Okay, so we're going to open up with a proxy 2-gate Reaper here. Or 2-gate. As soon as you start saying proxy, man, 2-gate just comes out of your mouth. This is what it is to be a Terran player. Anyways, this is proxy 2-Rax Reaper. And I mean, this is a very good build. You can definitely macro out of this. It's not all in or anything like that. Now, Gumiho very rarely goes Reaper command. He almost always goes like factory. So factory openers generally, in my opinion, tend to do a little bit better against these because you get that reasonably quick Hellion out. And once the Hellions get out, like, I mean, you certainly can see it go either way, but the Hellion definitely helps in staunching the Reaper flow. We'll see about that in just a moment here.
What? Kakasta Brianless donated $3.33. What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the ESL Cup. I'm Brianless, with me is RT underscore, and we're going to be casting Gumiho versus Cure. What are your thoughts on this matchup, RT underscore?
Dude, I like Gumiho a lot.
Oh my god. Hold that thought in going to curb.
I might as well if this starts to get really good. Now, Gumiho sending his Reaper. This is kind of to check on what's going on. This is something you see a lot on really any map, Dragon Scales included. We've literally seen Proxy 2-Rax Reaper in exactly this location multiple times in the past, since the jump up's right there, and you're just outside of vision of like what a depot would see. Now he brings up, oh god, that jump down I think was a mistake, probably from Gumiho, but it works out fine. But this is the new thing that you see all the time. For a long time, you wouldn't see them pull Mass SCV, but the Mass SCV basically surrounds the Reaper, so there's no micro potential other than to jump back down. Obviously, you're losing some mining time, but this certainly works better, I think, than a lot of things we've seen in the past. But the fact that he went to the front and now has to come back here does make it a bit harder. One Rax being lifted immediately. It's going to give him some vision. With that Rax giving vision, you can't keep the SCVs at the edge anymore. And yeah, the Reaper's going to get up here and actually get a little bit of damage now. That first Hellion is almost out, so like this is going to be held, but how much damage is it going to end up actually doing? If you look at the SCV count down at the bottom, 21 to 22 right now. So not so bad. Really for either side. Reapers need to remove from the game? What are we talking about, guy in the chat? What are we talking about? All right, so that pretty much concludes the rush. The Reapers can still certainly be active here, and they can still do like reasonable. But like there's no chance of critical damage any longer. So, some nice micro. Putting some serious damage on these Hellions. Look at that, man. Damn. Gets that depot on fire as well. You should repair that in a second, so no big loss there. But gonna just rotate and jump up into the other spot. Obviously, Gumiho is aware that he's likely doing this. Already rotates his Hellions over to stop him. Forces him out again. A couple very, very red Reapers there. The command center for Cure is just about to finish. So, when this is all said and done, like, you can look at this position and try to figure out who's ahead. And this is the funny thing about this opener, right? Like, it has potential. Occasionally, someone will win off of it. But even here, this isn't unplayable. Cure's down 3 SCVs. He's probably going to end up being down 4.5 or so. Ooh, that jump up. And I guess he's technically not done with this. No longer. See, he kills another SCV, so that makes him closer. It's going to be like 3.5 SCVs down. Now, They both have Cloak on the way. They're both making a tank. It's really, like, it's a very playable position. It's a cool thing about this build. You get a lot of scouting. You get a lot of pressure. If your opponent messes up, they're really screwed. Obviously, if you mess up badly, you're going to be in rough shape. You need to make the Reapers do something. An SCV is an SCV. You can't say it's only a half. Well, if you look at the build times, right? Like someone, if I say 3.5, it means something to the effect of he's up for 4 for like 6 seconds, and then he's up for 3 for 6 seconds. You know what I mean? Something like that. We can't talk in only absolutes, dude. Only fucking Siths talk in absolutes. All right. We got these Banshees ready to go. That's because my mom's a Sith. How about that guy in the chat? You think I wasn't born from darkness? Have you met me? All right. Hyperflight rotors! Yes! I love it. I love it. Look at this. The Banshees passing each other. It's so funny. And they cloak, and then they uncloak. What am I even looking at? What in the fuck was that even? Dude, what kind of weird Twitch muscle is that? He sees the Banshee, and he cloaks, and then he's like, oh, shit, I shouldn't have cloaked, so he decloaks. It's like, what? Hey, guys, do you want to waste some mana? Yeah, dude, let's go. All right, so Banshee's on both sides. He's got that Raven out. I love that he's going Hyperflight Rotors, and Cure is going into Mech. Second factory coming up. Look at this. Look at this. What am I looking at here, man? Oh, my God. Gumiho. He misses killing the Cyclone, loses one of the Banshees. Both sides going for Cyclone upgrades. Excuse me. Magfield. But yeah, it looks like this is going to be Mech on both sides. This is wild. I don't even know what to say. Like, I love Mech, but I can't even remember the last Mech versus Mech TVT I saw. This is absolutely insane, guys. Oh wow, the Reapers are still here dealing a little bit of damage. Okay, okay. I almost feel like confused right now. It's like such a strange position. Like Cure now is down 10 workers, but he has Hyperflight now, so he should be able to actually work that back up for the most part. Oh, what is this? Oh, good thing you cloaked there. All right, backs up, loses one of the Banshees. Really doesn't get very much damage done there. The Viking's going to zone him out of here. Oh, just barely wiggles out. Lots of factories coming down for Cure. I wonder how good Cure is at Mech vs. Mech, because Gumiho is the most legendary Mech player ever in StarCraft 2. So you would imagine that he really knows this better, but even he probably hasn't played it that much, because it is truly, truly rare to get two players going Mech against each other in this matchup. It's normally Biotank, and then, like, I want to say 5% of the time it's Mech versus Biotank, something like that. Maybe a little bit more than that, 8%, something like that. But, yeah, it's just, you can't have that much practice with it. Now, Gumiho is taking a very forward position here. Banshee's still left alive, right outside of Cure's, the back of his base. What am I looking at here? Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Okay, well, the Banshees, I mean, they are getting some damage. It's just that Cure is taking some damage as well. You can see he's only down 5 SCVs now. So a little bit of an improvement from before. We have the 1-1 coming up right now for Cure. Only +1 for Gumiho. The upgrades in Mech vs. Mech are not quite as impactful as StarCraft 1 Mech vs. Mech, in case you're a Brood War person sitting here watching. There isn't something like you get +2 on tanks and then they two-shot, right? There's no particular upgrade that you're super rushing to. The upgrades just, of course, all upgrades always help, right? But it's not at all like StarCraft 1 in that regard. So, Kira's Banshees continue to gain a bit of value, but they are getting very, very low on health, so not sure how much longer that they are going to be around. Blue Flame is done here for Gumiho. In Mech vs. Mech, not the most impactful thing. Obviously, they kill SCVs quicker in themselves. They kill each other quicker, but that's it. This Banshee's going to retreat for now. The Liberator push, you know, this is something that's so much more trendy nowadays in TVT. These Liberator Viking-based pushes. All right, comes up with the Cyclones, gets a tank on the high ground there. I'm not sure about that. The Hellbats pushing into the high ground there actually is kind of interesting. He does a good job with that as well. That one just absolutely ridiculous Liberator is dealing so much damage up on that high ground to that tank. Viking's going to be able to push this Liberator out. This is such a weird-looking push, but it seems like it's just working for Gumiho. Look at this. He's got, like, the most motley crew of units here killing this third base. It's like 2 Hellbats, 2 Marines, a tank, and 2 Cyclones, and they are just ripping face. Very cool and different game here. All right, that is a lot of Cyclones. You're going to power everything down in a matter of seconds with these. Ooh, just barely doesn't get that turret, but will be able to catch this command center. That one is definitely going to go down. A lot of damage on his whole army. Gumiho is certainly in a dominating position, up twice the supply right now. That is pretty crazy. Kira, I think, is going to have to GG relatively soon here. All right, looks like Gumiho going for maybe the final bust of this game. Marching those Hellbats up the ramp. Yeah, and he's going to break him. So Gumiho takes game number 1 here against Kira. Mech versus Mech. You really don't see it very often. You really do not. So happy that we could partake. No, I think Gumiho's a good choice. Kira is level-wise per game, the most inconsistent player out of all the pros. Without any doubt in my mind, I can say this. He will lose the stupidest games and win amazing games. No, honestly, the Mech vs. Mech you just saw, it normally doesn't look like that. With the Hellbats running in. That's not normal. That's not what it normally looks like. Although, I almost never see it. I think this was just... Gumiho got such a good position that there was no flow of units between the natural and the third base for Kier. Right? So, when he closed that off, there was so few units up there, he could make that move. But I don't think that that's going to be something that you normally see with that. Okay, let's get into the next game. Gresvan, our best map in the pool. Gresvan has given us just amazing games since Katowice. All right, top left, we have Cure. He's down 0-1. Bottom right, we have Gumiho. And you watch. I bet you neither player goes Mech this time. I want it. Like, what I really want is to just watch Gumiho go Mech all the time. Score overlay needs to be updated. Yeah, thank you, guy in the chat. The game's just started 22 seconds ago when you type that. Let's give Mapu a moment. So I see I'm dating your dad. Says, isn't Gumiho the one who popularized Mech in TVZ? He's not, but he actually saved Mech in TVC. So basically, Mech was used a long time ago. MVP probably did the most popularizing of it when his wrist started to... And guys, starts drilling holes into concrete. Okay. Thank you from the peanut gallery of Mapu. Okay, so about the Mech thing, right? So basically MVP, like, really, a lot of people were using Mech back then, but I think MVP did a lot for it. When his wrists started really acting up, he had to stop going bio. He just started going Mech and could still win championships. It was hilarious. Anyways, Mech was semi-popular, like, off and on for a really long time, and then Mech completely fell off, and everyone was sure it could not be used against Zerg anymore. And then Gumiho literally single-handedly brought it back. Single-handedly. Like, he figured out everything, a completely new Mech style. I remember I was actually watching live when he really busted out his most modern Mech that he would use to win a GSL. It was at a Home Story Cup, and he was playing against Cyril. And he just fucking just ate him alive with Mech, man. A completely different style than we had ever seen. He was utilizing 2 Thors in Medivacs as well as Vikings to counter Swarm Hosts, because they would launch their little bug things in the air, their locusts in the air, and he would, like, shoot them all down and stuff. It was really cool. So... anyways, Gumiho, like, revitalized Mech completely. He won that GSL Coda season on the back of his own Mech that he made. So, yeah, he is a legendary Mech player. He's, like, the most important player in the history of Mech, probably. So there you go. There's your little history lesson. Anyways, it looks like Gumiho this game has a faster command center. Oh! I'm so... Well, that's funny. Is it right to exit the SCV to make the orbital? You lose 1 SCV to get your orbital quicker. Probably. Probably. But I'm not 100% sold. I guess it matters how quickly you can come down the ramp. And if he can't come down the ramp still at this point, then yes. Yeah, I would say it's better to eject and get it. Okay. So Cure right now, keeping a little bit of pressure on. We're about to have 6 Marines and 3 Hellions for Gumiho. That will certainly be enough to be able to take his natural expansion. In fact, you can see he's already starting an SCV. Doesn't seem like he's too afraid anymore. And here he comes. Okay. Ravens on both sides here. We have those Cyclones coming out for Cure. We'll see if Gumiho goes into that as well. He's getting that tech lab. I would imagine he'll go 1 Cyclone into siege tanks. Oh, no, he just starts directly on a tank. Okay, no problem. What?
Sergeant Apone cheered.
What's up, Sergeant Apone?
Artosis. That Scan vs Zealot series on your YouTube channel was quite epic.
Thank you.
Thanks for the cast. Cheers to a good stream.
Sergeant Apone, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. I'm glad that you enjoyed. CNSL 5 is now over. I have a lot of great stuff starting as of tomorrow for the channel. So thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. And hope that you're enjoying some StarCraft 2 casting. We are going to play Brood War later when the cup is over. We'll probably get like 2 hours of Brood War in, I would imagine. But yeah, thanks for coming by, man. All right. So where are we at right now? Double Raven. Cure going double Raven as well here. You can see they're both on exactly the same SCV count. A few more units here for Gumiho. He's been pretty consistent on his Marine production. That's why. There's a 3rd command center coming up for Gumiho. Just slightly later than Cure's, but not a big deal on that. Gumiho getting a little scout off with his Marin over here. We still don't have a Tech Lab barracks for Gumiho, so there is still the possibility that he goes for Mech. Obviously, with Kira, we can see his stim coming. Okay, actually, we do have the Tech Lab barracks, I guess, because stim starts just then. Yeah, he swapped it. Yeah, it was on the reactor. He swapped it with that starport that made the double Raven. So it is going to be biotank, biotank. That's what you would expect. This is certainly the meta right now. Certainly the meta is not Mech in this matchup. All right, double eBays coming up for Cure. Wait, did Gumi get eBays yet? I think he did not. That can certainly make quite a difference. Okay, there's his double eBay. It's not that far behind. But, you know, let's say the eBay, I don't know the exact seconds it takes. In StarCraft 1, it's 38 seconds, right? So you're going to be about 40, 45 seconds behind on upgrades. So that's like 3/4 of a minute where your opponent's Marines will massacre yours if you're outside of range of tanks. Obviously, tanks really change the map and all that, but it is something that we see decide games occasionally. Someone says Spirit went Mech against Clem. That's sick. Yeah, I saw that they were playing in the finals of the EU Cup today, but I didn't get to see it at all. That's cool, though. All right, little push from Gumi coming in. I don't think he can make anything happen here. Like, maybe disable a tank and then siege it, but that's about it. Oh, dude, he's going to kill the Ravens. Are you kidding me? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That's wild. This push turned out to be amazing. Like, honestly, Gumiho should just turn around and go home. 100%. You kill 2 Ravens here, save what you can and get out. Like, the Ravens are such a crucial part of the army. He's going to have sick air control just about forever. I don't know why he's leaving 1 tank there. It just feels like a waste. It's 1 tank. See, Kier was leading with a Marine. The tank would have shot that, and well, I guess it did, but it was unsieged. And then you just kill it, and that's it. So a little... I feel like Gumiho could have gotten out with 2 tanks there instead of 0. Oh, well. Flying home right now does have those double Ravens, very importantly. 1-1 not quite done, but we have about 10 seconds until it is, and Combat Shields is going to be finishing as well. So Gumiho's Marines going to be a bit rough up here if they actually take an engagement. Dude, is Kier serious with these? These Reapers that are jumping in, killing 2 Marines? Oh my God. Dude, Kier is just going to smash through this. Gumiho doesn't have anything there. Okay, that's game. That's game. I'm not even sure what the hell happened here. This is so weird. That was a weird one. Like, his units were out of position because the Reaper's jumping up or something there. Very, very strange the way that one, that one turned out. But tied up 1-1. All right, we'll take that. We'll take that. Well, don't forget he lost 3 tanks in the push that killed the 2 Ravens. And remember, I said I think he should have gotten out with 2 tanks there. He could have if he had done it immediately. You kill the Ravens, just back up, man. Save your tanks. Oh my God. Hexeract. I had spaghetti with meatballs for dinner, Hexeract. Was thinking of Tony Rigoli. Thank you for gifting 5 subs, man. I appreciate it. All right, into game number 3. Here versus Gumiho. Yeah. Dude, my kids kept asking for more meatballs, too. All of them had seconds on the meatballs. It was really delicious spaghetti, and now I'm having a piece of this garlic bread that my wife put some cheese on. Oh my God, it's so good. It's ridiculous. Okay. We're on Royal Blood. Bottom left Kier, top right Gumiho. Dude, you never see me eat cheese, so really, come on. Okay, so gas first here for Kier. Gumi, are you going racks first? Mm-hmm. So, guy in the chat, the maps do have an impact in StarCraft 2. It's just not as much as in StarCraft 1. The maps are a bit more bland here. Yeah, they're kept a little bit more balanced and things. Yeah, that's true. Thank you, TKL. All right. So Gumi here is getting double gas, but it was racks first. Here for Cure, it's a gas first. Okay. All good. All good. Gumiho going to be throwing down his factory. Cure as well, building up some of that additional gas right now. No, Infested Terran actually had to be taken out of StarCraft 2. It was too strong. And nukes do exist and are much stronger than StarCraft 1 nukes. It seems like I'm scared to play StarCraft 2. Thanks, guy in the chat. It does seem like that, doesn't it? I'm so scared to play this game that I've played heavily for 10 years. I'm downright frightened. Alright, so Gumiho sending out his Reaper. Thank you, Mr. Vo. Command center's coming up on both sides. A little bit of pressure coming out. There's just something funny about Reaper fights where they're throwing grenades at each other, forcing each other to back up, you know? And look at that. They're like, well, I don't want to die. I don't want to die either. All right, let's go home. Second Reaper coming down right now from Gumiho. Making a Hellion. Double Hellion coming out of Cure, though. So with that reactor, he should be able to get enough to win that initial ground battle. We have a reactor coming up on Gumiho's side, so wouldn't be surprised at all here if what we end up seeing is going to be a Cyclone. Now, by the way, this is a little bit of a difference at what we saw before. Remember, we saw Gumiho eject the mining worker. Here, though, with the double Hellion popping out, it looks like Cure decided that he could go right down. Okay, that was some nice micro back. But obviously, the one higher health Hellion beats the... Oh, dude. Slammed. Slammed shut right in his face right there. Decides better of going up. He knows he's just going to lose it if he does. All right, tank and medevac. So it looks like Gumiho wants to get a bit of harassment in this early game.
What? Nuto these 11 cheers.
Hey, what's up, new to this?
X1000, Artosis,
Yo.
you are fucking legend and probably fuck like a legend. You have delivered phenomenal and hilarious StarCraft commentary with your portly sidekick for the last decade. Very much the Laurel and Hardy of the 21st century.
Thank you so much, new to this. I really appreciate it. And the big tip. It has been and will continue to be my pleasure to cast StarCraft 1 and 2 games. And, yeah, back to it. Thanks much, man. All right, this drop coming out is a funny-looking little drop, isn't it? 1 tank, 4 Marines. This is not a very standard-looking thing. Okay, I mean, this is nice. You always appreciate something like a free depot kill, and that's, like, 100% free there. But can you do anything else? I don't think so. I don't think so. Now, it looks like he's rallied a couple additional units. You add a second tank in here, and suddenly, okay, you're starting to get something. That's a bit of tanking. That's a bit of damage, right? Ooh, the auto turret, though. Very big play. Nice pickup. Nice pickup. And now with the Cyclone coming out, what's he going to target? Oh, dude, the micro from Gumiho! Oh, I love it. I'm surprised the target on the tank with the lock on. I think you had to go for the medevac, but it died so quickly anyways. Maybe it didn't matter. Now, SCV's being pulled. Now, Gumiho wants to kill as much as he possibly can here, but not lose the tanks. Look at that lift up and dropping off there of the Viking. Beautifully done. Vikings do heavy damage, man. They get that plus first armored against those SCVs. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff. Dude, Gumiho's going to win this straight up right now. Some more auto turrets coming down, but that's not enough. That's not enough. Look at that. Damn, that does a lot of damage. That tank almost dies. A tank sieges, so he will get a pick there. Oh, a nice pickup on those tanks from Cure or Gumiho. And Cure GG's. Gumiho gonna take it. Beautiful. Beautiful execution there. It was a very funny little drop, the 1 tank, 4 Marine thing. But hey, it worked out. Based Gumi God goes to the next round.